They've kind of let things run, kind of like how they always have been. But all this, no, that doesn't work. And remember our first meeting we had after elections last year? Larry, Robin, Ed, and everything. We met over there in I don't even know what building it is, social service building. And,
mental health.
Yeah, and we sat down and we said, well, we need to do priorities and do a whole list of things. And what are we going to get done this year and all that stuff? Well, that's pretty much where that is still at on that board over there. Well, right after, all I can say is we went to council. We had a closed meeting. We had Francis Somde, everybody involved there, and we had that same list, but we had other things from every district. And Francis was given 1 year to do some of those priorities. And I think you can probably go down the list, and I don't know how many's been done, if any. But he's going to be held accountable for that, and his contract is going to be up for review within the next month. Right? And we're going to hold him accountable for all those priorities. Because last year we passed a budget. It's the first time they ever had a budget that had a surplus. You know, that I ever remember. It may have been more, but it was actually done on time, and there was a $3.7 million surplus. Well, we have an executive director that more or less that's his money in a way, because he's supposed to give them priorities and fulfill some of the things we asked him to do. Well, he's in December he gave us a list saying that all the money is spent. And so, but he didn't give us a report on what he did. So we're holding him accountable to that, and his contract is not up for review until the end of September, but we're going to bring him in here after the next special session for a contract review. And to me, that's huge because we all want to know where 3.7 million went. And I don't know if you're aware of it. I'll talk a little bit. Okay. So that was really big on me, prioritizing jobs, projects. A lot of it would be with the senior center. Some of that money could have went there, but it didn't. Okay. And then the other big thing last year was CFED or CTEC. At that time, we changed to CFED. And CFED came into council and asked us for, it was close to $2 million. I can't remember what the two projects were, but, we just kind of laughed at it and said, we're not giving you guys no more money. We told them, you guys cut all your overhead, and then you'll probably come up with $1 million or some of that. Well, they did cut some of their overhead. I think you see some people gone now. But they didn't go far enough. They went and appointed Randy Williams, the acting CEO. And we told them we didn't want a CEO. We want, like you have a gaming LLC, which is a separate company. You have travel credits, a separate company. You have the mills, a separate company. Well, we formed these LLCs, and those manager heads are supposed to report to the board. Well, they kind of superseded that, and in the meantime, let Randy be the CEO. Well, I think we're asking for a change to do what we asked. I think that's coming in the future. Part of that's important right now because you can see with the casino, we all know workers there that have worked 70, 80 hours the first week, and we was told people have quit, long-time employees, people that probably would work any shift, any hours, but they quit. Well, I think that casino management has had a year to prepare for the opening, or more, ever since that started construction. So they've known how much staff they needed, they've known what kind of training they needed, but did they do that? No, because that's why people are quitting, working long hours. So I think there's a board meeting Friday, and there are some of us council that want to go in there and hold them accountable for that, because we want to, the idea is to bring employment and to get our tribal members working, but we're kind of forcing them out. People work for benefits, everyone's got families. So that's kind of the two main things that probably happened last year that we should be held accountable. The tribe had all that money, CFED was supposed to do something, they kind of did some of it, but they didn't finish their duties. And then, so Then the next thing, we're gonna have Mike come up here in a bit, but I'm proposing, we're gonna have the next meeting, I'm gonna hold a little sooner with the seniors in 2 weeks. And we're gonna discuss the new senior building. And everybody's invited to that. We're gonna hold it Friday in 2 weeks. And breakfast, probably right after breakfast.
Is that over here?
Yeah, right over there. That's going to be important. But in that meeting or the next meeting or the regular district meeting, I'd be proposing to, we have $1 million in the Quam money that's supposed to go to the Omak district. And the districts have kind of chosen how to split that up or spend it how they want it. And I was told that this district won 50-50 for the seniors and to the youth. But no one did we could have a little, like Omak district resolution that says that's what we're going to put in, or who's in charge of that, but none of that's ever been done. But in the meantime, what we could do with that money is take it out of that tribe's investment account, put it into our own account so we draw interest on that in this district. Because right now, everybody's, that money and all the interest is going to all the districts. And I think that'd probably draw a lot of money for our little projects. I mean, for instance, you could go to our youth pretty easily for any events or anything. We probably have $20,000-$30,000 in interest if we would have done that. But we didn't do it, so. But we only have ourselves to blame for that. I don't know if anyone proposed it to you guys. I know I wasn't around.
We had the youth, about the youth when they came here, that was, way over a year ago, I want to say, the last time that we heard from them, and somebody was supposed to be charged them by the Teresa back.
Well, okay. Okay.
That was a while back, but we never heard
Well, that's,
from them.
all right. Okay, well, that's what I'm getting at. We don't have a district resolution or anything that says what we're exactly going to do with $1 million, and to me, that's kind of foolish. I mean, we need to control our money, because the way I was looking at it was, if we don't control our money, there's no council resolution that says we get $1 million. It was more or less said that the chairman of the council just kind of stated that. It's not a resolution anywhere. It's not. I've looked. They said that they stated that each district will get $1 million, so that can be taken away at any time unless we take it and put it where we want it. Right. I think we should. Well, I propose we'll put it on the next agenda, whatever, and we'll vote on it. Get everybody you can here with all the options you want to do with it, and we'll do whatever needs to be done. But I recommend we do something with it.
So then somebody needs to do a recommendation for a resolution.
Right, that would come here, we do a vote, we do a recommendation here, and I can put in, you can appoint someone to go over there, or I can do it, or all four of us council.
The senior program, that when we first started talking about the new senior building, Liz and I were going to have some meeting. And, so we, we're trying to get that together with all Dylan and Smoker and, one of their associates come on a couple times.
So to me, that's food for thought for the next meeting, but that's kind of, you have time to discuss it and decide what we want to do with it amongst yourselves. Good, sure.
I thought that some of that money was spent for Omak to design that building.
I saw a breakdown in October, and it didn't show up there yet, and I've been told there's been some money spent that way, but
I thought it was 20,000.
yeah, so that money is gone, but whatever we have left, we can get in the county.
You know who controls it now?
Yeah, I think other districts have done the same. But
Well, I
we can go.
I deeply appreciate what you're doing right now, and when you're caring about your district, and that's so important. But I gotta jump back just a little bit on you. When you were talking about $2 million have other loans. They borrow for tribal trails, they borrow for, noise water.
Okay, what they wanted,
Did they ever pay it back? Is
what
I-
they wanted last year, they wanted $1 million for their sword yard to get, because what was explained to us was all the different sales they have, the money to build the roads is paid up front before the timber is harvested. Some sales have more roads to build than others, so that what they need is different sales is different amounts. They pre-spend that, prepay it or whatever.
That's another problem.
So that's the $1 million.
What I personally have is that I don't know when they ever transferred the sword yard to C.B.C. because they left all the losing businesses in C.B.C. So somebody's playing a shell game.
Well, you know, okay, I'll give you an answer to that. I won't sidestep that one. You see that? You look through this one up there on the hill there, there's a casino there. You know what that casino cost to build? Ballpark figure. Nope. It's in the $40 to $43 million range. I was told 40, but now I'm hearing 43 because of cost overruns. But the loan for that was $65 million. And that additional money is the debt carryover from C-Tech. And that, I don't know if you realize, but that's the debt when Joe Clovis was running for Congress. He's acting like we're profitable, we're all this. We get a business award for good businesses. Yet he liquidated a lot of our businesses, sold stuff off, and we're paying for that debt in this casino.
But they are saying that in the transfer agreement, when they separated the two,
Yeah.
they never paid, I believe it was $15 million for
Paid
the
back.
assets of C.B.C. They never paid it. And it's in the agreement, there's an account number and everything, I can show you.
Yeah, in the last few years, that's what they're spending to operate all the top managers. We were paying
You got
gosh.
a candy there.
We were paying almost over $1 million overhead in that C-Tech management over there. We laid probably 70% of that off last year. So that's going on. But my recommendation is we have to do something with the phone call money. I've had groups contact me not to. Okay, it was decided that the youth would be in control of that money, kind of the 500,000. But I've had the groups contact me wanting to do things with that money. And I'm all for that. A lot of it is to renovate this area and make it nice. Do whatever we have to do. But and the rest of this year money. Yeah.
You know, because when we voted on that, the vote was for the elders to get all of it. Well, then the elders come back and say, we want to give 50% of that to the youth. Well, they started up that youth advisory board, well, then that fizzled out. And so, and that's what I recommend is, you know, we need a cooking facility or something here, so when people want to do
I
something.
think that would be part of the renovation. But I don't know. I think we're moving on the right track in some cases. Yes, I can. I think I've actually got one already. It's in my paperwork. Yeah, I've been counting, up-to-date accounting for the last month where that money's at. For our district. Yeah, I have that. Yeah. And we can report on that every month, how much is in there. Well, it'll be easier if it's in our own. Okay, so that's kind of the old business was prioritizing things for our district projects we need done. And the other one was C-Tech problems with the overhead, and all their spending and everything like that. And then the Quam budget was big. And then I think today we have Michael Henry on the agenda. He's the new chief of police. I'd like to introduce him, have him come up. I I think one of Michael's, one of Mr. Henry's, when we hired him, one of my things was we have a huge drug problem on this, heroin and meth, things like this. And it seems like we're going nowhere with that, and if we are getting ahead, we're not hearing about it in the news, like drug busts or anything like that. And the other problem I've always had with the police is when the kids are out partying or something, the cops will sit out there and do nothing. They'll hide or something. And then, so it's kind of like they're not an asset to the community. They're not out there investigating, you know. I think Henry here
First, let me introduce myself. My name's Mike Henry. I'm a full-blooded member of Tuscarora Nation. I come from just outside of Niagara Falls. I came up here from by way of Puel and Reno, and I'm working for your tribe now. I've been here for about 3 months. But yeah, it's been a lot of several discussions with all the council members since I started on the drug problem that's here. I don't think there's any easy way to combat it. I know out of it, there's a drug task force formed. There's several departments involved in it. What I've done, and I'm hoping you get folks in the community start seeing this, because probably about the 3rd or 4th week I was here, I had an all-hands meeting, and my officers had been directed to get out of there. All right, I kept hearing so many complaints from traveling in a short period of time. I mean, all the cops always drive by, and they never wave at us. Nobody ever talks to us. You know, and I'm just quite the opposite. You know, I've been in law enforcement for quite some time now, and I would roll up even on people having parties and go walk up and hang out with them and go, okay, I mean, there's really not too many laws being broken. You're in your yard, we're all consenting adults, but you get to meet people and see both sides of it. You get to know who the people are. And that's my biggest thing with the officers, is that as I've told them, is that in your communities and in your districts, they need to get out of their cars and introduce themselves to you. They see you outside. They need to walk through the HUD unit so it makes it a safer place for your kids to run around and play. But the big thing is to get out and know you folks. Know who you are. I see the seniors here, and I had a chance to chat with these ladies here before we started. And I was going to ask you a question. Has any of the officers stopped by for breakfast? I know somebody said breakfast 9 o'clock.
It's only on Friday.
Well, even on a Friday, they all work different shifts, and they're all here at some point in time working on a Friday. That was actually one of the directives I gave them, is that I want them going to the senior centers. I value seniors on resume. I don't think there's a greater tool that we can have, all the knowledge and wisdom that they provide you, especially as a young person. That's why talking to them, I like the program that they're running, they're working with the youth. At least trying to tell them that there's a better path to it.
A few months back, I actually called C.B.C and spoke to them about them a lot better. And we've had a couple of hot fires in the last 6 months on it. And when I called, I just simply asked if I could get some sort of help out there with the police, you know, coming out there and come to my house, I'll come to my house with you. We'll bring people that, you know, live in our neighborhood and ask questions, answer
person that has done this, and they always told their kids, oh, there's a cop, you know, stop acting up, we'll have them come take you away. How many people have said that to their kids before?
Right.
I hear that all the time, and that sends the absolute worst message about cops that you can when they're little tiny kids. Because it comes out to them as, oh, don't go near cops, they'll take us away. You know, place that I came from, it was sort of funny. We had a chief that was from the reservation, very well respected, and she put on the back of the cars, Numa Tukatumura. And by Pai language, that means they come to take you away. Now, a lot of the elders got really upset about that because now she's saying we're coming to take you away. You know, and there was a handful of us that we disagreed with the chief. We ended up putting duct tape on the backs, so nobody could see it, white duct tape, so it matched the cars. But it actually offended people that our goal was to come and take you away. For Native people, that's not what I'm looking for, to come and take you away. And like I said, it has been one of my directives to these guys. You will go to the HUDs, you will get out of your cars, you will walk through your greet people. So when these things ain't happening like this, and this is one of the things that I was telling Edwin is that, and I've told all the districts, by all means, please invite me to your district meetings. I don't mind coming and listening. I mean, I've been told that there's been chiefs here in the past that, you know, once 1 o'clock hits, they're gone to a golf course. They just disappear. They really don't really care that much about their communities. I do. That's the difference. Yes.
I still I watched different chief policemen come through, and I watched started they had calls out there right on and on. And then we get another chief who's from our area that has a new car. I'm gonna call him in if they, are on the register. But they are known for counties and they told the partner that. And the officers that, I don't know if they're I've been through one job. What were the things I said all the time. Hard to fight out and they got a hold of it over where it was. 45 minutes of the daughter of that meeting comes out there. She waiting on the dispatcher got fired, which really upset me. And the chief of police covered that. He is now looking for him, so he's not there anymore. But I worked with different people like that, and I wasn't very well liked there because I wouldn't stand there on that second hour. And I guess it was the same as he gave him, fired for never getting back. I've seen it change, and I've seen the beauty of it come. And I've always said when I found out that he wasn't retired before I wanted to, that I refused to work for Mr. Beatty. And I told that department to listen to the sheriff's office. So my goal is to do things and take care of the department.
It's funny because since I've been here, I'm still trying to get a grasp of everything where everything we've done is regardless whether it's fee land or whatever else, whether it's within the exterior boundaries, we enforce the laws. came from the Washington County Sheriff's Office, Lyon County, Bergen County, nobody else would travel police within the exterior boundary. So down here in Omak, I'm trying to get a grasp of this, and I'm being told, well, there's been deals made because you don't deal with the park, but yet I see guys pass out underneath trees every single day. And then I see kids playing around them, and nobody really seems to care. And I keep going through the PD and asking people, okay, where does this stop? Or how come my guy's in and they're walking through the park going, you get out here. It isn't park. For people, because like, my kids are playing there. Well, you guys know I live in Omak, so I come here meetings and everything. Go to Angelium, that's all right. But, you know, I can't say what's happened with administrations in the past. You know, I can tell you I've heard a lot of bad things that have happened to them. I believe that you folks as members in each of your districts, I believe you're mistreated. I don't believe you got the services that you should have received. You know, and truly, I'm here trying to make a difference because, I mean, for all 10 purposes, I'll tell you outright, I grew up a reservoir. People where I come from, when I became a cop, they're like, oh my God, how'd you do that? You know how you were when you grew up. You know, I got all the stories from everybody I know. But I'm hoping that ain't the way it is anymore. And I can tell you right now, if anybody calls my office, I'm one of the rare few administrators that actually answers their phone. Because I find that as an issue as well. I try calling people all the time, and nobody answers their phone. Which drives me crazy. Because I do answer my phone. And I got my work cell phone, and I answer that, and that's how I get 24 hours a day. But, you know, and I've told everybody in every one of the districts when they come to the meeting, if you have an issue, call and ask me. You know, and honestly, I mean, I didn't think I'd be in this many meetings doing this job, but it is, there's nonstop going to meetings. And usually the first chance that I get when I get my messages, I'm right in my office and I'm making phone calls, and I'm calling back citizens. Because trust me, I've heard a lot of complaints since I've been here. And I make sure that they're getting taken care of, or at least investigated why my guys ain't doing their job. And I'm making sure that they're held accountable, starting with the sergeants. Because what I'm understanding is that this last two people that were in administration for the police department micromanaged the place, and they did it themselves. And I said, look, why am I paying you that much money to micromanage you? That's your job. Do your job so everybody can be held accountable when we have money. So, you know, it usually starts with the sergeants first, and then I have to go up to the captain, and then the assistant chief, and then myself. And I do look into all these complaints. Right now, there's a drug task force that we're involved in. I know one of the original topics was drugs when we came here. Here's the issue, and I'll explain it to you because I had a meeting with council this morning with law and justice. Well, what they tell you, and I'm telling you this is what is going on right now, how this is going to be. Is we have one of our officers that works with the drug task force. Don't ask me to explain this northeastern blah 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 drug task force. It's a big long title. But anyways, their main emphasis, what people don't realize, their main emphasis is the big fish. They can care less about your dealers running around the street, what's going on in your neighborhoods. All right, I have an issue with that. I like the fact that we have a person with the drug task force because it does open up other doors for us in order to utilize their equipment, utilize some of their manpower from time to time. But it doesn't do things for you in your neighborhoods. All right, so what I've done with that person, I've also put her underneath the detectives inside of our department. Now, what that does for you is the detectives themselves, when they're not busy with open cases and doing their detective stuff, they're tasked with working on these drug issues. Now, with that in mind, this only started, I've been here for 3 months, and she's done that. We just hit a drug house over this field, just off of information that the detectives have worked along with the drug task force. So now what it's doing is it's focusing and doing exactly what I was hoping it would do. We're not looking for that big fish out there. We're looking for them people that are in your communities, dealing to your kids, dealing to the people inside your neighborhoods. That's what we're looking for. And that's one of our focuses as far as the department goes. Yes, you can. The other thing that I explained to you guys this morning is I'm looking at trying to, and you have to go through the county. So that would be through Okanagan County. And what I'm looking at is a program called high intensity drug trafficking area. With 97 here is a high area of trafficking, highway up and down streets in Canada. Everybody knows this. And the reason I'm trying to look at high is that officers are often, it offers our officers specific training on how to detect. And I've already gone through the training myself, and I can tell you what a drug car looks like by it just going down the road. I can almost tell you, probably 90% of the time, I can tell you which car has dope in it just by looking at their car. But these officers up here don't have that training. They don't know that. They don't know on every single traffic stop what they should be looking for. There are so many signs to look for, and I know these guys are like, I got him for speeding. But they're not looking at the whole picture of, well, does he have dope in the car? Is he running drugs in the car? Is he doing these things? They don't have that training. So through that HIDA program, which I'm hoping we can get, which goes through your county, you get a bunch of different agencies together. Now, this part of the state is the only place without HIDA. Yakama's already have it. They're already involved in it. Snoqualmie, all the other tribes up through the coast, they're involved in HIDA. And I don't see any reason why this tribe shouldn't be, or this county, because it comes right through 97. And the biggest reason I say this is, I hope nobody in here is trafficking. Because if you are, we know you're doing your transfers at tribal trails. So you can't tell me that wouldn't work out here. Because they're doing their trafficking. Guys coming out of Canada are exchanging their dope at tribal trails. That's per these guys, the drug task force are telling us this. So now it's here. It's not just driving through and heading down to the state. It's stopping here and transferring. And that's not even to include the cartels that have already started their drugs, which we've already done flyovers. We're working on things. You just have to have, like I said, I've been here for 3 months. I'm not I ain't planning on going anywhere. Keeping good greases. I know how that goes as well, but my goal is to try to get rid of this stuff up here. It truly is. And I want you guys to have faith in your police department. It's your police department. I've said that from the beginning when I got hired. I told the council when I was in my interview, I don't work for you. I don't work for you. I am the chief. And I used to say I don't work for the chief. I can't use that anymore. But I told them I don't work for you. I work for the people. I work for you guys. You guys are the ones that are truly paying me to come out here and do this job. So I work for you guys, and that's why I said my phone is there.
So what is your phone number?
634 20 something.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember my number.
I might have.
Yeah, if you call dispatch, they'll put you right through my phone.
Okay, before we
And
go
that's
on.
another thing, if they don't, I gotta know these things for things to get corrected. This is what I keep telling everybody at these district meetings. If you don't come forward and have these, and it might seem like a minor thing, because when you say, yeah, right, I've already had a chat with my dispatcher because my wife, who still resides in Nevada, tried calling me one day, and the dispatcher didn't get me through to me. Didn't get the phone call through me. Yeah, I can just, I don't tell you, I caught hell from my wife. So guess it rolls downhill, guess so did they. So phone calls right now usually go through, or at least they're taking a message so I can call you back as soon as I can.
Before we move on, Mandy, if we can address your issues, I'll have Brooke here next time. Brooke,
Okay.
and we'll talk to
It's okay.
our training department to see what they can. No, seriously, we can do it. Because I think you talked to us 6 times before, and your lucky number is 7.
So that's all it takes. I'm
That's
gonna
all,
be the last
7th time.
Okay.
And then Mike's number is 634-1139.
Yeah, and you know what? That bypass is dispatch. That's my personal cell. That's my department cell. And people at the office were kind of shocked when I told them. I said, "Yeah, give out my cell number." They're like, "Yeah, but that's your cell number." I said, "Try pays for it. I mean, I should be answering that phone. That's where I get paid." No,
Well, Mike is open.
I'm open to the community. I'm even coming and I'm helping Sunny Sellers start a lacrosse program out here on reservation line between Hitchley and here. So any day you come by the park, probably after 6 o'clock, after July 8th, when all my stuff will be in here. You'll probably see me out there with 1 kid, 10 kids, and nothing there. Yes.
Now, we're coming in fire system, and we've already seen through this. Whether you like it or not, but it's much easier when you have a driveway. In my instance, my son comes, he runs a cat, and I should be able to do it. So, if you walk, I can't get under. So, I hope things are gonna develop some kind of plan for that type of situation.
Well, I know there are plans that are trying not to thrive as far as emergency management goes and road closures and such. I'm just glad they would let you through.
Pardon?
I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't have let you through. See, one of the things you have to, like, I've seen in the past is, with this department has been micromanaged like you would not believe. You know, it came right down to, I've had several meetings with Mount Holman, and they basically said the same thing. When a fire came, the chief of police had to be right there, nobody could tell us what to do, and the only he could tell them, well, what it is you guys are run under the ICS emergency management system. And he's going to run the fire department. Well, you tell them, I'm not going to stand there. Hey, every guy knows the fire, but it's not 3 times. Plus, by that time, there are other people there.
Well, I know that we're gonna have a bad department. So,
Yeah.
I wanna get ahead.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be running over there.
But I know she said something about house fires. Right, we have on the reservation, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 wildland fire investigators. You know, there's no structure fire investigators. We have none. We've absolutely
That's why they
none.
burned down.
There are no certified, and there has never been a certified structure fire investigator. And there will be before this year is over. I've got a guy signed up already. He's going to be heading back to, and better yet, he's going back to the National Fire Science Academy, which is the best place in the country. So hopefully before the year's out, then he'll have, well, you should be, because I believe the class is in late August, beginning of October. He'll take that class and he'll come back and he'll be an actual structure fire investigator, so we can get some stuff done out here. Because I've heard about several structure fires out here.
Yeah, we actually don't get informed on what happens or how it started, and it's just like most of the time it's just.
Well, the uniqueness of a fire, especially with structure fires, if it's an arson, you may never hear anything about what happened. That's the hardest thing. Because what happens is there's only so much information to give out. Because arsonists, they will always do it again. There's no, that I have no idea. I just got here, but I've also heard that burned down along with almost all of the tribes records.
Right.
Which is just
talk about it at the end of the day.
I don't know what I missed, I've been copies, but when you first started, I wanted to bring up, back in the 80s, when I was in high school, and I talked to Edward a little bit about this. They used to do, they'd go around to all the different schools, began with Slim Keller, there'd be the police department, fish and wildlife, the EMTs and all that. They'd do like a week-long thing where they go set up their traps, their hides, and get the students involved. I work here at the community center, and I'd like to see the police department working with our youth kids here, coming in, bringing the EMTs, the fire department, the police department, and show them the cars, have little talks and stuff. Because I know I used to go around with my Uncle Billy when he was on the force, and that was pretty interesting. And that's a good way to meet the community, is show the kids that, cops aren't bad. And, they let them crawl around in their cars and let them hit the sirens, and they have little talks and stuff. And I thought it was pretty interesting and interactive with the communities. I'd like to see maybe you guys start up something like that during the summer for the kids at the community centers. Plan a day, and then we can get flyers out. Make like a big day.
Well, it's funny.
But that's
It's funny you say that. Like I said, I've been here 3 months, and I've got like these many things to do, and then my ideas are about the size of the gym and what we can do, and the reservation's so big, there's so much you can do under it. And you know what? A lot of reservations got rid of their bear programs. They don't work. Their program does not work. They did a study on it. They found that bear does not work on a reservation. It can work in a city, but it doesn't work on a reservation. Right. But what they did find on a reservation is that the GRADE program was actually working. Gang resistance education and training. The GRADE program actually worked better than DARE does on a reservation as far as the information that they got out to the kids, and not so much to do with the gang part, but it more preached towards community-oriented type stuff, and that's what we all want. Native people are community-oriented. That's what we are. I mean, that's how we live the villages. That's how we grew up. That's how we all do things.
Yeah, back then it wasn't no DARE program. It was just almost like what they have like Spirit Week in all the schools, they have the whole thing. Well, it was almost like a law enforcement week where they bring in all the fire departments, fish and wildlife. They'd have a big flatbed truck where they'd have traps and hides, and it just kind of introduced the kids and stuff to the different things out there. It was kind of a learning thing, and it also got to meet the community.
Well, I can tell you folks this much, Rick. I'm one of the biggest proponents of working with youth. I've done it my entire life. That's all I've done is work with youth, well, other than law enforcement. I mean, like I told these guys, this is the first year I haven't coached lacrosse in 28 years. From this big, all the way up. Last place I worked, we actually did a one-day program that did that, and I took it a step further. We didn't just have the local guys. I had the county sheriff show up. They brought out their helicopters. They brought out their SWAT vans. They brought out the bomb squad, because I used to be a member of the bomb squad. We brought in different counties, things that they came in and they got to. You talk about a kid getting to drive, like, crawl all over an APC. I called out Fallon Naval Air Station, and they brought out an APC. They were willing to bring out a Harrier, but I thought they might burn up the football field. But it was just a public safety day that we had, and the cool part about it was I had the communities involved. We gave away hot dogs, hamburgers. It was just an open, free thing for the entire reservation to come to all day long. And it was during the school, so all the schools let out. We had hundreds of kids coming through. And it was a great day for them to get to meet the cops and meet everybody in their communities, because we understand that though you guys are a big distance apart, you're still all called the tribe. No matter what your district is, you're still the tribe. So, I mean, and that's what I'm looking at. I mean, believe me, I have a lot of things in my head that I've thrown at my assistant, Dustin. He's going, I don't know how we're going to do all this. And I'm like, that's okay. We'll get it figured out. We'll get it worked out when we get to do all these things. So don't sit there and just tell me I don't know.
Well, and that's what communities for.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I said, anytime you guys want me at a meeting, you folks all here have my number now.
And I think John.
Be reasonable. All right. My family is finally moving up here at the beginning of the month, so be reasonable.
Well, will you be encouraging tribal
actually, it was funny because I had another council member advise me, saying, whatever you put down on paper, you know, it becomes public information. People will look at that and scrutinize it. I said, I don't care. That's fine. If they want to scrutinize it, go right ahead. I have nothing to hide. This ain't a police department where I'm hiding and I'm not hanging on to my toes like this, but it's mine. I hear that so much around here. Every one of these departments always say the same thing. I can't let go of this, and I'm not going to use this. My biggest thing was our command post. This thing ain't even really functioning. It's a good air conditioner. So I've got all these different people tasked as I want this thing a standalone thing that can run on its own. So when a big windstorm comes through Keller and knocks the place down, how powerful you got in, I can put that there in the community. It can still run. They can still function. They can make their own calls. They can do all their things right out of that big van because it belongs to you. It belongs to the public.
So you,
Don't ask it to set up for a taco stand, but understand it's for the public's use for emergency response type stuff.
so are you going to encourage tribal members?
And that was the part I was getting to. So far, Dustin, before I got here, he has the department up to about 50%. All right, we're out there actively recruiting right now. I have a test. I have 4 positions open right now, and I have 2 BOR positions. The position was posted, but since then, I've also had members calling in saying, I think I'd like a test, and I just keep telling them, it ain't until the 29th. Hurry up and get your application, and we'll get it going. All right, so right now, I believe in this next testing go around, we have 7 applicants that are eligible to become police officers because of their initial background that was done. And I believe of the 7, I think it was 5 are tribal members.
Thank you, because I strongly agree.
Oh, so do I.
Doesn't send out, I don't think send out there were some of my favorite officers.
And I've asked her to go back in as well, because I understand she had a problem with the last chief. When she ran into questions by me that the last chief had an issue with, I said, I don't understand that. There's no reason why you shouldn't be working as a cop. I heard that, and after she explained everything, I was like, well, she's another one. We're going to get your application in, we test on the 29th. I want tribal members out there. And like I
called her, Junior, and told her to get over there.
well, call her again, because she hasn't come back. But it's like I told these guys too this morning, is that, you know, and even if it ain't all tribal members, if I can at least get native guys out there working that understand Indian people. Because I mean, I've had too many chiefs in my career that are non-native working on a reservation and they don't understand. They have no idea what it's like to grow up on a reservation. I told them it's just the opposite. That was one of the things I told them in my staff meeting. Yeah, but to me, that's not accepting something. That's it. That to me is Indian hospitality. And if I tell you no, you'll never ask me again. So, you know, my family has gone up to Orville for basketball tonight, so if anybody's cooking, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
Thanks for your phone.
Actually, you guys are quick. That's how our people get there. That will almost always happen. That's the way cities and counties do. There was a spot inside of Reno that the city of Reno, the city of Sparks, and Washington County The accident happened in the city of Sparks. It spun out in a tree over here in the city of Reno and it ended up on the county side. All three guys sit there arguing over it because it started in Sparks, but it ended over here in Reno, but it ended up in the county property. And this guy almost died. They wouldn't touch it because it went like this into three separate jurisdictions. And finally took one guy to show up and say, you guys can argue all I want, I'll take care of this myself. You know, and that's an unfortunate thing when you do have boundaries like that. And I don't think there's something like that. That's just so wrong. I've yelled at the county when they came out to our reservation something several times when I was working down there. Because there's search and rescue guys that didn't have their supervisor on scene. They were afraid to launch the boat because the guy was drowning. Because they didn't know if it was native or non-native. So I gave them a few choices.